Ums followed by 3 Shantis. Inhaling. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. We're going to get right into it. So meeting me in a downward facing dog, let's go ahead and pedal out our heels, warming up our calves, drawing your hips up towards the ceiling, extending the back, allowing your neck to hang loose, your head to be heavy. Gaze goes towards the navel. This will allow you to really draw your hips up towards the ceiling. Sinking your knees nice and deep, preparing to hop forward between your hands. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale as you sink your knees. Exhale, step or hop your feet between your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way to the top of the mat. Hands come to prayer above our head. Hands coming to heart center. Leading me into Tadasana, or mountain pose. We're going to get started with 5 sun salutation A's to warm up our bodies. So go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. Hands come above the head. Exhale, swan dive your arms forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Planting your hands onto the mat, step or hop your feet back into plank position. Inhale, go ahead and lower down, completing your vinyasa flow at your own pace. Meeting me in downward facing dog. Inhaling here. Exhale, bending your knees, arching your back, look forward, step or hop your feet between your hands, forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. Rising all the way up to the top of the mat. Hands come to heart center. Meeting me in Tadasana, sun salutation A, or second round. Hands come above the head. Swan diving forward. Try and put your hands a little bit further onto the mat. See if you can get more of your fingertips on the mat. If that means having a nice deep bend in your knees, go ahead and do so. Hands come onto the shins, forward fold. Releasing, fingertips come onto the mat. Planting your hands onto the mat, preparing to go through your vinyasa flow. Go ahead and hop your feet back. Lowering down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. When you do your upward facing dog, making sure your thighs don't hit the mat. Downward facing dog, try and bend your knees a little bit more, drawing your hips up towards the ceiling. Nice. There you go. Nice deep inhale here. Bending your knees, arching your back, look forward, step or hop your feet out to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Flat back. forward fold. Rising all the way up to the top of the mat. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana. Going into our third sun salutation. Hands come up. Swan diving forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling here, hands come onto the mat. Step or hop your feet back into plank position. Lowering down, going through your vinyasa flow. Meeting me in downward facing dog. Bending your knees, arching your back, look forward, step or hop your feet forward. Flat back. Forward fold. Rising all the way up to the top of the mat. Hands come to heart center. Meeting me in Tadasana. Going into our fourth sun salutation, hands come up. Swan dive forward. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. This time as we prepare to jump back into our plank, try and put a little bit more pressure in your hands. So it'll almost feel like you're holding your body up with your shoulders. This is going to prepare us for crow pose, where we keep our knees off the mat for a longer period of time. It's almost like you're going into a handstand. So take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, step or hop your feet back. Very good. Lowering down, completing your vinyasa flow at your own pace. And meeting me in downward facing dog whenever you're completed. Nice deep inhale, looking forward, arching your back. Step or hop your feet forward to the front of your mat. Same thing. Putting some weight into our arms. Inhale, flat back. Forward fold. Rising all the way up to the top of our mat. Hands come to either side. One last time, arms coming all the way up. Swan diving forward. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. Once again, go ahead and prepare to put some weight into your arms. Hopping back. Going through your vinyasa flow, which is lowering down into push-up. Upward facing dog, tucking your toes. Downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Right foot is going to rise up to the top. Three-legged dog. Right knee is going to come between the hands, planting our right foot between our hands, allowing our left foot to come down, preparing for warrior one. Whenever you're prepared there, go ahead and rise all the way up. Warrior one, pinwheeling our hands back down to square off our right foot. Right foot meets the left foot in plank, going through your vinyasa flow. The more you do your vinyasa flow, the faster you'll be able to do it while keeping your form. This time, left leg rises, three-legged dog. Left knee floats between, left foot comes to between the hands. Right foot plants down onto the mat. Go ahead and rise up into warrior one. Try and bring that right hip further to the front of the wall. Yep, square off your hips, so your hips should be parallel to the wall in front of you. Nice, there you go. This is warrior one. Now, if your right toe is lifting off the mat, push out through that right toe. You can see how my knee will lift up. You want to have that same feeling, but don't compromise where your hips are. Warrior one. Squaring off your left foot with both hands. Right foot rises off the mat. Left foot meets the right foot in plank. Going through your vinyasa flow at your own pace. Coming into downward facing dog. Taking a nice deep bend in our knees, arching our back. Step or hop your feet between your hands. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. Rising all the way up to the top of our mat. Hands come to heart center. Meeting me in Tadasana, our mountain pose. Preparing that pose. Lifting up off the heels, coming onto your toes. You're in a variation of chair pose. Let's stay here for a little while. Go ahead and release your heels down. Hands come to heart center, maintaining the chair pose. Very good. Left elbow is going to come to the outside of the right knee. You're coming into revolved chair. Push out through that left elbow and you'll feel the prayer hands come to the center of your chest. Very good. Gazing over the left shoulder. Meeting me back in chair pose. Hands come to heart center. This time the right elbow is going to come to the outside of the left knee. Revolved chair on the opposite side. Very nice. Coming back into chair pose, we're going to prepare for dancing warrior. So dancing warrior is when we go through all sequences of warrior. So it's going to start off with warrior 1, then we'll go into warrior 2. We'll go into reversed warrior, humble warrior, and finish off with warrior 3. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and take a nice big step with the right foot coming back into warrior 1. Very nice. Making sure your hips are squared off here. Opening up into warrior 2. Left hand comes to the left knee. Right arm is going to go above the right ear. Very nice. Meeting me back in warrior 2. Right arm is going to go down the right leg. Left arm is going to go over the left ear. Reverse warrior. Coming back into warrior 2. Very nice. Coming into warrior 1. Very good. Taking a nice big step with that right foot to meet the left foot. You're in mountain pose. Taking a nice deep bend in your knees, meeting me back in chair pose. Let's stay here. Feel a little bit of a burn. Taking a nice big step with that left foot back, coming into warrior 1. Opening up into warrior 2. Right forearm comes onto the right thigh. Left arm goes over the left ear. Coming back into warrior 2. Left arm is going to go down the left leg. Right arm is going to go above the right ear. Peaceful warrior. Meeting me back in warrior 2. Hands come parallel to the ear, squaring off your hips. Warrior 1. Trying to draw that left hip to the front. There you go. A nice strong warrior 1. Taking a nice big inhale and a nice big step. As we come back into Tadasana, hands come to either side. Let's go ahead and bring our arms all the way up. Hands come into prayer. Swan diving forward, forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. Step or hop your feet back into plank. Go ahead and go through your vinyasa flow on your own. Dropping your knees onto the mat, untucking your toes, bringing your hips onto your heels, meeting me in Balasana or child's pose. Giving yourself a little bit of a break here. And whenever you're ready, we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. Sorry, not much of a break today. Pedaling out your heels, left leg is going to lift up towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. Go ahead and float that left foot between your hands, dropping that right foot down. Meeting me in a warrior one. Extending the left knee so it's straight now. Putting our arms out as if we're in a warrior two. Left hand is going to come to the inside of the left foot. Right arm is going to extend up. If this is too deep, then go ahead and bring your left hand onto your left shin. Don't compromise your form, so go ahead and bring your left hand onto your left shin, opening up your chest. There you go. Looking over your right fingertips. Very nice. So let's stay here. This is triangle pose. Rising up into a warrior two. Go ahead and take a nice bend in your left knee. Warrior two. Now taking those left toes that are facing towards me and tucking them in. So both of your toes should be faced towards one another, like a pizza pie almost. There you go. Let's take our arms above our head. And go ahead and bring your chest so it's parallel to the mat. Lowering all the way down slowly. This is a wide-legged forward fold. Dropping our hands onto the mat if you can do so. If not, go ahead and take a block underneath your hands, bringing the ground up towards you. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, go ahead and heel toe your feet away from one another. Bringing your forearms onto the mat. Dropping your head. Rising back up so your arms are above your head. Keeping your legs as they are. Interlacing your fingers behind you. Puffing out your chest nice and proud. And go ahead and bend over, dropping your chest down just like we had before, allowing your arms to come above your head, however gravity is pulling them. Just allow your head to hang loose here, not trying to fight it with your neck. This is a nice inversion. Rising all the way back up. Keeping our left foot as it is this time, tucking our right toes out to the opposite side of our mat, as if we're going into a warrior one on the opposite side. Go ahead and bring your arms above your head. Take the bend out of that right knee. We're going to do triangle on this side. So straightening the right leg. Right hand is going to come onto the right shin. Left arm is going to extend up. Triangle pose. Keeping your left shoulder pulled back, you'll open up your chest. Very nice. Coming all the way back up. Warrior two. Tucking your toes again. So both of your feet are tucked in here. Let's go ahead and take one more wide-legged forward fold with interlaced fingers, lowering all the way down. Go ahead and rise back up and take one nice big step to the top of your mat, meeting me in Tadasana. Hands come above the head, swan dive forward, forward fold. Now that we've done that wide-legged forward fold, you should be able to get your hands all the way onto the mat, or a little bit deeper than you usually can. Flat back, forward fold. Preparing for your vinyasa flow, so go ahead and plant your hands on the mat. Step or hop your feet back. Coming into a push-up position, lowering down, but don't push up into a downward facing dog, staying on the mat. Hands are going to come underneath your hip bones. So roll your hips to either side if you need to do so to get your arms underneath your hips. We're going to prepare for grasshopper. So simply keep your forehead on the mat and then raise your legs off of the mat like a half Superman. Thighs will come off the mat, feet will come off the mat. And lower your legs back down. Taking a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, lifting your legs off the mat once again. Lowering them back down. Inhale here. Exhale one last time, raising your legs even higher up. Very good. Go ahead and release. Hands are going to untuck from either side, bringing your hands to either side of your chest. Toes are going to touch, knees are going to come out wide. Go ahead and push yourself back into a wide-legged child's pose. Arms are out in front of you. Go ahead and come into hero's pose. We're going to shift our hips to the right side, bringing our legs in front of us, doing a quick forward fold. Legs are out in front of us, toes are going to point us, flex towards us. Hands coming to either side of our hips, sitting up nice and tall. Arms rise up. Go ahead and forward fold. Holding on to your toes. Releasing your head. Laying all the way down onto the mat. Knees comes in towards the chest for wind releasing pose. Rocking side to side. Holding onto your big toes with your peace fingers, coming into a happy baby. Bringing your knees in together, arms come out to a T, right knee's gonna drop to the right side, left knee's on top of the right. You're in a supine twist. Gaze goes over your left fingertips. Knees coming back in towards you, and then dropping to the left side. Gaze goes over your right fingertips. And go ahead, straightening your legs out in front of you, preparing for a quick Shavasana tonight. Closing your eyes, making sure every part of your body is relaxed. Palms are faced up. And taking the next couple of moments for yourself. Rising all the way up to the top of your mat, meeting me in a cross-legged position. Close out our practice with 3 Oms, followed by 3 Shantis. Hands come to prayer in front of your chest. Taking a nice deep inhale here. Om.